So, you found some cans, but they're rusty and now you want to know how to clean them. Well, you've come to the right place. First off, what you're going to need is a container to put your cans in. I'm using some jars. Your cans, of course, your rusty cans. I have a Canada Dry can, an Molson Export beer can, and the special ingredient, lemon juice. So what you're first going to need to do is take the lemon juice and fill up your containers. Just make sure to fill not all the way to the top, probably right about halfway. That way you can still put your can in there and it won't overflow. So, as you can see, I've used these jars before to clean more cans. That's probably good. Then all you have to do is insert your cans and wait until the lemon juice fills them up. Just so go slowly, that way it won't overflow. And once the lemon juice comes level to the can, add more. Put in your other can. Okay, as you can see, the lemon juice is a bit darker now, and that's because I've added some of my other lemon juice that I already used to clean cans. That's just because I didn't quite have enough to fill it all the way up. So I'd recommend using 100% lemon juice, but if you have old stuff, it doesn't really matter if you mix it in. Also, if you don't quite have enough, then you can also put just a little bit of water just to bring it up to the line and then kind of stir it around. Now we just have to wait. And once these ones are done, I'll also do my cola can and my two old Colony cans, which I found in the last video, and the orange and the root beer, and we'll see how those ones turn out too. So I'm going to wait. I'd recommend waiting about 24 hours roughly, and you can check on them after maybe a couple hours or so, just to make sure that everything's going smoothly. But I usually just wait overnight, and in the morning I check it. And sometimes some cans might need a little bit longer, or if you have a more damaged can, like one that has a hole in it or something, then you can do it a little bit less. So yeah, we'll let these soak, and then I'll show you the results in the morning. Okay, so it's now morning. I put down this rag here, that way when we take the cans out, it won't get a mess all over the place. But what I forgot to mention was that when you go to before you put the cans in the lemon juice, you want to just wash off all the extra dirt on the outside. So I just do that with water, and I use my hands to brush it off. But don't use soap, because the soap can actually protect the can from the lemon juice and it won't work as good. So I forgot to mention that last night. But it's the morning now, so it's been probably 12 hours, maybe a little bit longer. So let's see what they look like. So I'll start this with this one. Looks pretty clean now. And then we'll just dump the rest out. That's why I put a rag down. So there's that one. And we'll get the Canada Dry out. That one looks pretty clean too. So there we go. Before I leave though, I'm going to stick the other ones in there, so I'll just move these out of the way. And then to do that, you want to dump one jar and fill up the other one, that way you have room again to put the other can in there. So I'll start with the root beer. I'll fill that up. And then we just dump the other jar back in. Then put in the other can. And then fill the other one back up. There we go, that's pretty good. So now, I'll see you inside the house. As you can see, I'm inside now. This is how the cans are looking. So it does remove the rust. But now we're just going to get the dirt off of it and kind of shine it up, make it look nice. All I'm going to use is just a normal rag. And that's pretty much it. At this point, if you want to use soap, you can, because you're not going to use lemon juice again unless you want to put them back in for a second time. But it's up to you. I don't think I'm going to unless I really have to. Okay, so I just finished cleaning them up, and here's how they're looking now. Definitely better. There's that side. This side is a little bit weak, so I didn't want to put too much pressure on it. There's the top. I could do probably, like, there's a little piece right there that I missed. There you go. So I just did a quick cleanup, that way I could show you. There's the can to dry. Definitely better than it was. It's probably not going to come out perfect unless you have a really well preserved can, but this on the side was all rust all the way down here, and now that's basically back to bare metal. There's the top on that one and the bottom, so that's pretty good. One thing you do have to be careful about is see how this one, the paint's coming off a bit there. You just want to make sure that if you have weak paint, like on this one, I've never had that happen before, but you just want to be careful. So that's basically it, and tomorrow I'm going to show you what the other ones look like and how they turned out, and then we'll clean them up, and that's going to be pretty much it. So it is now morning again, and now we're going to see what the other two cans look like. So this one's the root beer. Oh wow, that's a lot cleaner. There's that one. Pretty nice. I think they turned out alright. And there's that one. Now we'll put in the cola can. Oh, it might, there we go. Thought it might overflow there for a second. Might have to add a little bit to this one. Okay, that's good. So yeah, here's how they look right now. Looking pretty good, a whole lot better than they were, that's for sure. And now we'll bring them inside and we'll get them cleaned up. So here's how the cans turned out. Here's the Canada Dry. That Molson export. Then we have the old Colony cans. This one really didn't turn out as like I thought. I thought all of these would turn out much better because they're newer cans and they looked pretty nice. But I guess I was wrong. The Cole can turned out the best actually. But unfortunately, in my opinion, that's the most boring one. So I found this one in the last video that on the channel. So that's a Pepsi can from the 60s. And on the back, right here where the logo is, all of that was just rust. You could not see any paint. All you could see was the front part here, and it took all of that off. So that's a pretty good example of what it can do. But it has done better in the past for me. And then this is probably the nicest can that I got cleaned up. It's Sugar-Free Orange Crush from the 60s. The Pepsi and this one are both flat tops, so they're pretty old. But yeah, they turned out all right. Definitely better than it was and removed a lot of rust. I just wish it could have come out maybe a little bit better, but you know, you kind of just have to get lucky. It really depends on the can you get. Some cans have good paint, some cans don't. It just depends on what condition it's in. So anyways, I hope that helps you out. At least you know how to do it now. And I'll see you next time.